What can go wrong in attorney review in New Jersey? Attorney review can be the difference between a smooth closing and a deal that becomes expensive, delayed, or completely unworkable. In New Jersey, attorney review is a 3-business-day period that allows buyers and sellers to have an attorney review a real estate contract before it becomes binding. During that short window, problems like title defects, missed deadlines, vague language, and boundary disputes can come to light. If those issues are not addressed in time, the contract can become binding on terms that do not fully protect either side. For realtor-prepared contracts involving 1 to 4 family residential property and vacant 1-family lots, New Jersey requires attorney review language to appear at the top of the first page. That language explains that the agreement will become legally binding within 3 business days and that either party may consult an attorney who can review and cancel the agreement. The 3-business-day period begins after delivery of the signed contract to both the buyer and seller, not counting Saturdays, Sundays, and legal holidays. Within that period, either side's attorney may reject the contract, suggest changes, or allow the deadline to pass without objection. If no one acts before the deadline, the contract becomes binding as written. One common problem is vague or missing contract terms involving financing contingencies, inspection timelines, closing date flexibility, or responsibility for repairs. Unclear wording can create disputes later, especially when each side interprets a key provision differently. A phrase like satisfactory inspection results may sound simple, but it can create conflict if the contract does not define what satisfactory actually means. Another major issue is missing the deadline to send a disapproval notice. If the notice is late, the contract locks in exactly as written, even if the lawyer intended to challenge harmful terms. Timing mistakes can happen when a contract is signed before a holiday weekend or when the parties do not clearly track when the review period starts and ends. Title issues can also derail the transaction because the title shows legal ownership and whether liens, claims, or defects affect the property. A title search may reveal deed errors, unpaid tax liens, contractor liens, judgments, or fraudulent transfers in the chain of ownership. Undisclosed heirs can also create a serious problem if a prior owner died without a will and the estate was not properly settled. When a title defect is discovered, the buyer's lawyer may require the seller to clear the issue before closing, or the buyer may have grounds to walk away and recover the deposit. Boundary or survey disputes can create additional complications when survey records show an encroachment, an inaccurate property line, or a mismatch between the deed description and the land itself. In addition, shed or driveway that crosses a property line can affect value and interfere with the buyer's intended use of the property. Resolving that kind of dispute may require a new survey, negotiations with a neighboring owner, added contingencies, or even court action. Skipping attorney review is risky because once the deadline passes, the standard form contract becomes the binding agreement with no modifications. Without that review, a buyer or seller may be stuck without enough protection for inspections, financing, defects, obligations, or timing expectations. To protect yourself, hire a lawyer before signing, send the signed contract right away, explain your priorities clearly, and respond quickly when your attorney asks questions. Working with a responsive lawyer and a careful law firm can help prevent small mistakes from becoming expensive legal problems, and an experienced attorney can move quickly while the review window is still open. For guidance during attorney review, contact the Matus Law Group, a law firm at 125 Half Mile Road No. 201A, Red Bank, New Jersey, 07701, United States, or call 732-785-4453.